Meta plus narrative equals the lens you see through during the movie you live through. Part 1. What is meta? Let's start with the word meta. At its core, meta means beyond or about itself. It's like stepping outside the frame to look at the frame. It's when something becomes aware of itself and shows it. Now, how does that connect to us? Let's look at 3 real world meta moments. You're arguing with someone, and mid fight, you suddenly realize, wait, are we even arguing about what we think we're arguing about? That realization, that's meta awareness. It stepping out of the emotion and seeing the structure of the argument itself. You're watching a movie and suddenly the character breaks the fourth wall, looks straight into the camera and talks to you. That moment snaps you out of the story and into a reflection of the story itself. That's meta too. You think about thinking. When you observe your own thoughts, like, why do I keep sabotaging myself? You're thinking about your thinking. You just went meta. Meta is self-awareness of a system from within the system, and that can be terrifying or freeing. Part 2. What is narrative? Now let's talk about narrative. Narrative is simply a story, a structure, a beginning, middle, and end that explains why things happen, go down, and what they mean. But here's the twist. Narratives aren't just in books or movies. They are the invisible architecture of human reality. Here's how that plays out in real life. You didn't get the job. You tell yourself, it's because I'm not good enough. That's not just an event. That's a narrative. You chose a story to explain the event, and that story can shape your self-worth. A country defines its history. Heroes, enemies, origins. These are narratives. Whether it's true or not isn't the only question. What function the story serves. That's what drives people. You define your identity. I'm the black sheep. I'm the fixer. I'm the misunderstood genius. These are personal narratives, like stories we tell ourselves about ourselves. They guide our behavior, our choices, and our limitations. Narratives give us meaning, but they also trap us when we believe they're the only truth. Part 3. Meta times. Narrative equals your conscious lens. Here's where it gets deep. Meta is the awareness of the structure. Narrative is the structure itself. Together, they form the lens through which you experience reality. Let me explain. At the top level, we have concepts like a freedom, success or identity. Those trickle down into narratives. To be successful, I have to work 80 hours a week. Those narratives create expressions like actions, thoughts, behaviors, and those shape your experience reality. But here's the kicker. We often don't see these concepts. We live inside them like fish unaware of water. That's why self-deception isn't always a choice. You don't lie to yourself on purpose. You just believe the story you were handed or built over time. And until you go meta, you're stuck inside it. So how do you change it? Try these 3 tools to shift your reality. Question the frame. Next time you say, I'm not good at relationships, pause. Ask, according to what definition? I'm like, whose story is that? Flip it, the narrative, reframe your failure story from I blew it to not to I'm building pattern recognition, like same event, like different narrative, a different life. Mirror the meta. Start journaling not just what happened, but how you interpreted what happened. You will begin to notice your own narrative patterns, right? And that's when change becomes possible. So remember, meta is awareness. Narrative is meaning. Your reality is the dance between the two. The more aware you are of the stories you live inside, but the more power you have to rewrite them. You're not just the character, you're the author. And if you go meta, maybe even the editor. Outro. If that unlocks something, drop a gun in the comments. Come, do the Bahamut and tell me, what's one narrative you're ready to change?